Hi, fiber lovers. This is Ginger Balch from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop in Torrington, welcoming you to another episode of Focus on Fiber. Today, I'm joined by two of my fellow members of our Western Connecticut Yarn Council, Nancy O'Connell and Janet Neenan. Today, we're going to tell you about an upcoming annual September Yarn Crawl. So get your calendars out so you can save the date for this really fun event. So we're in the planning stages of our September Yarn Crawl. Maybe, Nancy, you would like to talk about what the Yarn Council even is.
Okay, well, we're a group of 7 shops, all located within the Western Connecticut geography. And we came together, I think it's been about 5 years now, where there were 4 of our shops invited to set up a marketplace at the Knitters Guild. And when we did that, we started to talk, and really that conversation led to forming a council of several shops. There are 7 of us. And our purpose really is to work together and collaborate and kind of combine all of our years of experience and promote the industry and to provide inspiration to all of our customers.
Mm-hmm. And so there's 7 of us shops.
There's 7.
And we have a couple of big events, and one is the Yarn Crawl, which is actually what the dates on that.
The dates are September 29th through October 1st. So the 29th, 30th, and the 1st, which is a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right.
And all the shops will be open during the day. Mm-hmm. And Sunday, I believe we start at 11.
Right.
But
yes.
3 days that our customers have a chance to go to all the different shops, get their passports stamped, get entered to win prizes, but most of all, really experience what we're all about, because we're really unique. And I think that's what we discovered when we all started to work together, is we all have different customer bases, different areas of expertise, and different, there are so many different aspects of the fiber industry.
Right.
Ginger's an expert weaver, if everyone doesn't know. I don't know anything about weaving, but Janet dyes her own yarn.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has their own area of expertise, so it's kind of endless what we can bring to our customers.
And that's one of the things that people come away from the Yarn Crawl saying, is that every shop is so different. Everybody's shop has a different personality, which is great. That's exactly what I think you want to have.
Now, I think our customers are sometimes a little surprised that we all work together, because we are, in fact, competitors, but we're far enough apart from each other, plus just so different that we can all offer.
Yeah, they
there's
do
plenty
make
to
comments
offer
about that, too.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we all work together
Yeah.
and enjoy each other's company, which is great.
And then another part of our group, too, is we have a charity event that we do in, most of the years we've done in Newtown. And maybe, Janet, you wanted to...
Sure, yeah. So each year we've come back together after the Yarn Crawl to sort of a re-meeting of old and new friends, and come together to this year we're going to be knitting preemie hats for area local hospitals. And during the Yarn Crawl, people can come to the shops and pick up or purchase their yarn and get patterns for knitting and crocheting preemie hats for babies and families in need. And there's some on the table,
actually,
which
are
are
some
just
of the
adorable.
little hats that we do.
Yes.
Very simple. So we're not asking knitters to be doing these really, really complex things. Very simple, and you don't have to knit. You can be crocheting as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yep. Now also, I'm just trying. So let's see. We have those are our 2 big events that we do, and we do try to get we meet in between and like you said, enjoy each other's company, have a meal.
I think every shop sort of has its own flavor. You know, as a knitter and crocheter, you understand if you've gone to different shops that each one is so unique and different when you walk into it. You wouldn't think, though, because we all, sell the sort of very same things, but which makes it really fun and interesting for people, I think, to get that different flavor.
Right, right. Now, another thing that we're doing this year is, in the past we've done, you mentioned passports. So this year we're doing, and actually it's free. It's free
It is.
Anybody that wants to participate, they just have to pick up a passport at any of the 7 shops before maybe even the day of.
They could.
Can we do
It
that?
could be the day of.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
But the passports will be placed in the shop.
Right.
a couple of weeks ahead of time, really, to promote the Yarn Crawl for anyone who might not be familiar with it.
Right.
And we're hoping to have everyone's activities listed because every shop also tries to offer something special the day of
Right.
the crawl.
Right.
So that'll all be listed so that the different shops' offerings will be available ahead of time.
Right, and if everybody does this a little ahead of time and plans ahead, they can see what all the shops are doing, because some of the shops, which we'll be talking about later, are doing different things at different times and different days of the weekend. So you might want to plan your schedule accordingly. Also, it's so much fun. We get the yarn crawler, the individual yarn crawler, but quite often we get groups
Yes.
that like to get together, friends, family members
Yes.
that,
Do it together.
yeah, and they've been doing it like almost every year too, that
Yeah.
we've been doing this.
Yes.
So it gets bigger. It gets,
does.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah, which is
Mhm.
nice. So I wanted to go through what some of the shops are doing. And actually, we have a Stitch in Time, and she will be rolling out the red carpet to yarn crawlers at their brand new location in Bethel. They just moved recently.
Yep.
So it'll be a great way for those who haven't seen the shop in a while to see the new shop, and those who haven't seen her shop at all to see it. Eva Donaldson, she carries the latest trends in both needlepoint and knitting yarns, and the needlepoint is like a really big deal for Eva. There's a lot of people that that don't. She's the only one that carries needlepoint in our group. Let's see. Eva and her staff will be hosting Barocco Yarn Rep Extraordinaire, Andra Azars, along with her traveling trunk show. She's also going to have on hand Once Upon a Corgi. She's a young dyer and dyes some really interesting yarns. So that's what Stitch in Time is going to be doing. And then another shop that's in the Yarn Crawl is New England Yarn and Spindle, which is located in Bristol. If you've never tried needle felting, Mary is going to have a Try It needle felting station. This is something you don't want to miss because it's a lot of fun. Mary has a group of volunteers that do a charity knit along where the ladies knit soft, comfortable bra inserts for breast cancer survivors. They're called knitted knockers, and it might be something that you might want to check out and maybe participate yourself. And we'll have the website at the end of the show. And she'll also be offering refreshments. I think most of us are all going to be offering some sort of refreshments for this. And then another fun yarn shop on the crawl is the Sheep Shop, located in Newtown. The Sheep Shop will be introducing Tsunami knit kits by owner Nancy Gould. Let's see, yarn crawlers will get first dibs on these unique scarf and poncho kits. And here's going to be a peek at some of the gorgeous colors and textures. On Friday from 1 to 4, this is going to be fun. You can get up close and social with llamas from Rowanwood Farm. How much fun to have your pictures taken with a llama, and then you can post them up on your social feeds.
Media,
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
That's
I
fun.
think,
Yes.
that could lead to some interesting things. And then Westport Yarns, which of course is located in Westport, owner Beth Schaefer and her staff will be featuring a very special event. They will be hosting Sven Risdom of North Light Fibers. It's a yarn and fiber mill located on Block Island. Sven and his wife are known for their artisanal yarns that are spun from exotic fibers. Sven will be giving a presentation on their process on Saturday from 3 to 5. It sounds like a lot of fun. They will also be serving refreshments for that too. So, Nancy, what do you have up your sleeve for us?
I always have a lot. And one thing that Ginger failed to mention, just to get everyone excited about this, is every shop also has door prizes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Donated
Yes.
by our generous suppliers, and so there are always lots of opportunities to come away with a prize.
Always
Yes.
makes it more fun when
It
you come
does.
home with something.
And my background is in marketing, so I always like to make a splash. And I don't have live sheep or llamas, but I do have a very large cutout sheep that we will be putting outside the shop for photo op.
I almost asked you to bring it, and I thought it might be too big in the car to bring it here, especially like
so
today.
maybe next time.
We can all stick
But
in
you
our
could,
heads.
you could go to the Western Connecticut Yarn Council Facebook page and see some photos from last year as
Yes.
well
Yes.
as my Facebook page. But that'll be one thing. But I've just recently rearranged my shop, and one of the things that I'm planning to focus on is the wellness benefits of knitting and crocheting and the fiber arts. So while I don't have all the details nailed down, I just recently hosted a meditation at the shop, and I have someone I'm working with on mindful knitting. So I don't know how it's going to work into the scope of the day, but I'd like everyone to take a little break, do a little mindfulness, and we will have some relaxation stations set up throughout the shop with mini back rubs and massages and hand rubs and paraffin treatment. So that's another thing.
I think by the end of the weekend, we're all going to want to
Definitely,
go
we'll all be
for-
down
We'll see. I don't want to slow everyone down too much,
Yeah.
but hopefully that'll re-energize and we'll have refreshments.
Yes.
And we'll be hosting a couple of trunk shows, but that's really the thrust of where we're going to be going this year.
Sounds
That's
wonderful.
exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what about you? What are you going to do?
Well, what makes sort of Knit and Pearls a little bit unique is we do have our own line of hand-dyed yarns. So we dye that ourselves, either at the shop or at my home. And so this year for the Yarn Crawl, we're going to be releasing 3 new kits that have never been seen before. One of them including a new yarn base that we're going to be releasing. And we're very excited. They're going to be a 1, a 2, and a 3 skein project. And we're very excited for one of the projects that we are working very closely with Melissa Labar, who is a designer who's designed over and published in over 44 magazines and books. So she's designing one of the patterns for us. So we're excited for that. I just sent her the yarn and she was so excited to see it. So that will be one of the kits. And then we do have a sip and knit at Knit and Pearls. So we'll be taste testing some of our teas during their crawl too, which is really fun. And again, sort of will help in the whole relaxation mode. Hopefully let people slow down and enjoy a little bit. So,
Sounds great.
Yes.
Now, those
yes.
hand-dyed yarns, there are different weight yarns?
They are. So we have 2 fingering weights, one with a little bit of sparkle to it. We have 2 DK weights, a sport weight, and the new one is an Aran weight, so which will be fun. Yeah, it's so soft. I just started dyeing it. It's so soft.
What blend is it? What kind of fibers?
It's 100% superwash merino. This one is. The Aran is.
Nice and squishy.
Yeah, it really is. It feels great in your hands. So that's exciting.
Exciting.
Yes.
Okay. So that leaves
about
my
you?
shop.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell us.
So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be having a trunk show, and we will be having. I'm really excited about the trunk show because this is it's a new line, and it's all these different, very wearable, very knittable, everyday type sweaters, from pullovers to cardigans. And I'm also going to be having a yarn tasting of those yarns, plus a lot of the newer yarns that are going to be hitting the shop about that time too. And then I decided that I'd also wanted to do, I'm not sure quite what to call it. It's like a friendship weaving, where I'll have one of my very simple looms set up, and everybody that comes in will be able to sit down. I'll have the shuttles all set for them to be able to sit down and throw the shuttle a little bit. Also, something that's a little different about this, there'll be yarns used, but also I'm going to have ribbons, strips of ribbons, and people can write messages on the ribbons and then weave it in, and they can weave it in and pack it down so that you can't see the message and it's a secret message, or you can weave it in so that you can actually read the message.
I love
so
that.
at the end of the weekend, I'll take it off and it's going to become like a little wall hanging.
Oh, I love
So
that
something
idea. Great.
to remind us of next year of last year.
Yes.
So I think that should be fun.
That's great.
And then also we have our signature sheepy sugar cookies that I have a local bakery that makes for me. So everybody will be going home with a sheepy sugar cookie.
Yum.
Yeah. Yes. So with your teas and
Yes.
yeah.
Sounds great.
But Yeah, I think though maybe one of our next meetings we should visit that whole relaxation thing. I'm loving that.
Yes, yes. Well, one thing that we didn't mention is the grand prize.
Yes. Very exciting.
For the crawl. So every year, as you know, that we offer a grand prize. So this year, we're so excited. We're doing 2. So we will be, for the people who go to every shop, they'll be coming in and getting a pattern for a panel to create a blanket for. And so we have knit and crochet 2 different blankets to be given away to anybody who has gone into all 7 shops. So, which is very exciting for us.
That is. And speaking about going to all 7 shops, so everybody gets a passport and they get it stamped at each one of the shops, which is kind of fun too, is at the end of the day when you get to see people's passports and you see all the different stamps of how they've been stamped at the different stores, which again shows all our different personalities. They will, I just lost the train of thought, what I was just saying about that.
When they get them all stamped, they enter to win these blankets.
Yes, exactly. But we've had stories of people that, now they have the weekend, they have from Friday, Saturday, Sunday to do this yarn crawl. And we all have busy lives. So some people are, they're gung-ho, they're going to make every single shop. Well, I mean, our distances average between each shop, what would you say, 25 miles?
It took me almost 2 hours to get here today.
We're the furthest. Wewe're the furthest.
Right. Okay.
Over to Westport. So
right.
we span a pretty good area.
Right. So you make a couple stops. It takes you a good part of the day. But we've had people, that yarn crawlers, that have made every shop
in one day.
In a day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they're exhausted by then.
They start early.
Yeah. And then we have the people that... I love this, like at the end of the day, especially on a Sunday, you get a phone call and they're like, are you going to be open? Are you still going to be open? And it's like, yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Yes,
We've waited. We've waited.
We have waited. Yes.
So we're are very accommodating to the yarn crawlers.
Just give a call.
Yes, exactly. Are we doing any kind of like I know in the past we've done a couple where we've done yarn crawl things. I don't think we're doing that this year.
Calls? You mean
the evening before the yarn crawl. I don't think we are.
Thursday evening?
Yeah.
We hadn't discussed it.
Yeah, I don't think we are. Yeah.
The problem is we can't promise it for every shop because
Right.
I have classes at my shop on Thursday
Yeah,
evening,
I do
for
too.
example,
Yeah.
but I would check with your local shop because your shop may be doing that. And I would
Right.
imagine that if one was to stay open Thursday night to get a preview, that they would let their customers know.
Yes.
Get
So
those
maybe
last-minute
we can
passports.
post that on the
I was going to say
Facebook
on
page.
the Western Connecticut Council's
Right.
Facebook page would be a great
Right.
source
Yeah.
of information.
Definitely
So
check
stay
that.
tuned. Things do pop up.
Yes.
And if you don't go on if you don't make it to the Facebook page, you can always call up one of the shops and they'll be able to answer any of your
Absolutely.
questions too. Yeah.
But I don't know whether we were really clear about the blanket because in addition to getting your passport stamped at every shop, you also get the pattern from that shop to make
Yes.
a panel for
Yes.
that blanket.
Yes.
So we have created the blankets using the patterns as samples, which will be given away as the grand prizes. But every participant can create their own.
Right.
And we're hoping to do a show and tell at our event in January.
Right.
Those.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So that means that there'll be 7 different panels
7
for
different
this.
patterns,
So you
7.
need to really want to
Yep.
make every shop so you can get
Yes.
all those panels.
In crochet and knitting.
And the yarn that we're using for this is going to be a washable wool blend. Yeah.
Worsted weight.
Yeah.
Machine washable, yeah.
Yeah, so nice and doable. And we're not talking anything outlandish as far as complexity for this. I mean, it's something that most people will be able to do without any problem.
Definitely.
Actually, I can foresee that would be like maybe some great classes to do that too. Yeah, that would definitely work. Trying to think of anything else about. Do you have any recommendations for these yarn crawlers? How they should prepare themselves for this little weekend trek? Make sure they're fortified.
Yeah, make sure they're fortified. I think
Gas in the
definitely
car?
knowing,
Yes.
the times of when people are offering certain things. Because if there's something that you really want to make sure you
Yes.
don't miss, to be aware if it's only going on during certain times,
Right.
I think would be a great way to plan it out. But then just have fun with it. I mean, I think knitters and crocheters, everybody in the fiber world is just passionate about what they do. So
Right.
just come and enjoy and spend time. And
Yeah, I'd also suggest, because I know this is a great town we're in today. I'd never been here. And just getting to know everyone on the council. I've been able to go to towns in Connecticut I wouldn't ordinarily get
Right.
to visit. So if you're going to be stopping for lunch, make sure that you get some recommendations
Yes.
and see the town. We have a great town in Ridgefield. It's got a lot to see. And I would say also just make it a little tour of Western Connecticut at the same time.
Yeah, that's
You
a
have
great
time.
way to promote all the different towns that the shops are into. Absolutely, no, that's a great idea. Make those plans ahead. If you could possibly, really be able to take the time to stretch it out on the weekend, it would be so great to, really be able to spend your time in each one of the shops and enjoy what each shop is offering.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a story. A young woman who lives in my town, actually in my neighborhood at home, she went to every single shop 2 years ago and brought her husband with her. And she had just lost her grandma. And Kat arrived at our shop at the end and to get her passport and to enter to win one of the drawings. And she said, I have gotten calls from every single shop. I've won at every shop. And guess whose name we pulled? And it was completely random, and her name got pulled.
Oh, wow.
But she told the story that her grandma, who she had just lost, loved to gamble. So she felt that was all her grandma did. It was a sweet story, but the fact is her husband, all you husbands out there watching, had gone with her because all of her knitting friends were all busy for the weekend. So he drove
that's
her.
nice. You do get the
She
get
came
the
to your
husbands
shop.
that come. Yes,
Yep,
yes,
yep.
yes. We have a sofa in our shops just for the husbands to sit and
And those cookies, those great cookies,
Yeah,
right?
there we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have some husbands that knit as well.
Yes, there's a few.
And there are a few men that come out on the crawl.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to it. It's always an
Yes.
exciting event.
It is fun.
And even though it's a little whirlwind and we're all, by the time we're all pretty tired out, but it's definitely a very satisfying and it's so great to see all our customers and new customers too. New visitors that we
Yes.
are yet to meet. So it's really
Yeah.
It's
nice.
a great time of year to do it too, because
Yes.
the foliage is starting to come into
Yes.
season.
Perfect time for a
And
road
it's,
trip.
we don't have snow on the ground yet, hopefully.
Yes. Yes.
And it's a good time to do it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate
Thank
you being
you.
here and helping me out today. So thanks to my guests. I hope that you are as excited as we are and plan to join us on the Western Connecticut Yarn Crawl. We also hope that you consider getting a few of your fiber friends together before you hit the road. And please don't forget about bringing along a hat or two and to add to our donation of our upcoming charity event. Thanks again for spending your time with us today, and always don't forget to keep a focus on fiber. See you soon.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.